And Kamala Harris's running mate, Tim Walz, is defending his military service as he faces accusations of stolen valor. Here he is in Wisconsin yesterday.
At 17, I joined the Army National Guard. For 24 years, I proudly wore the uniform of this nation.
Walz has spent nearly 2 decades talking about his service. Here he is in 2007 talking about a deployment that other veterans are now calling into question.
I spent 24 years in the National Guard, some of that full-time. I was an artilleryman. I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. My battalion provided base security throughout the European theater from Turkey to England in the early stages of the war in Afghanistan. And that same battalion is now in Iraq at this time.
Navy veteran Jerrod Sessler is running for Congress in Washington's 4th District, and he's a former NASCAR driver. He joins me now. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. You are a veteran and you're running for Congress. And when you look at some of these little clips of Walz kind of using his service to run for Congress and just letting people really fill in the gaps is what he's doing. If you arrive at the conclusion that he deployed to a combat zone, that's not his fault. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's terrible, and I think it's just obvious to the left is a similar tactic where they're always trying to be what we do every single day. It's sort of like people in Hollywood pretending to, do the things that we do in normal life every day, and I think it's really offensive to the roughly 1.2 million people who gave their lives for this country to be able to enjoy the freedom and liberty that we enjoy.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter or X someone that I follow that's associated with Barstools. He's more liberal, and he's saying that that it's common for people to degrade the service of someone running for president or vice president. He talked about McCain. He talked about Kerry. I think this is a lot different because if anyone degraded Walz's service, he did by turning it into something else. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, he's essentially, he's taking credit for something that he didn't necessarily do. You contrast that to someone like J.D. Vance, who has a very similar history that I do, where, people like us who've actually been through difficult and hard times, whether it was in the military or personal life, we embrace that because we realize that it's our challenges that actually made us the great Americans that we are today.
We have you on today. You're running for Congress there in Washington. You've advanced in the primary. You're going to run against the incumbent Republican. Actually, you got more votes than he did in the primary. I know that he voted, Dan Newhouse, and I know that he voted to impeach Donald Trump, and that's not very popular in Donald Trump's base or among Republicans. What other than that separates you from him as a Republican candidate?
Yeah, I'm also endorsed by the House Freedom Caucus, which is about 10% of the most conservative members in Congress, the kind of people that we really want defending us. And what those members have confirmed to me is that Dan Newhouse is just simply inconsistent. He votes for things like red flag laws. He votes for, warrantless surveillance. He votes for every single spending bill that crosses his desk. And he voted for a vaccine tracking software program. He's just betrayed the American people. And right here in central Washington, where I live, this is a lot of farmland. And these are red-blooded Americans who want somebody that they can trust and that they can believe in. And this is certainly an important race to President Trump because of the aforementioned impeachment vote, which certainly did not help Mr. Newhouse.
Jerrod Sessler, you're a Navy veteran. You know what it means to get the elbows up on the steering wheel in NASCAR. I don't think that running for politics is going to deter your spirit at all. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.